Good evening. It is now 6 p.m. On behalf of the Florida Department of Transportation, we would like to welcome you to the public meeting for the State Road A1A resurfacing project from south of John D. MacArthur entrance to Portage Landing North. My name is Jeff Robert, the FDOT project manager. This public meeting is associated with financial management project number 446176-1-52-01. Now showing slide 2. At this time, I will go over the evening's brief agenda. We'll start with rules of engagement, project overview, project location, proposed improvements, which includes the scope of work, project schedule and cost, project design plans, construction impacts, and then finally, questions and answers. Now showing slide 3. I'd like to introduce the project team that will be presenting today. With us here from CTS Engineering, I am joined by Tyler Wallum, who is the design engineer of record, and Ivania Bach, who is the public involvement moderator. Lastly, if any elected official has joined us this evening, we ask that you utilize the raised hand feature so that we may acknowledge you. You will also be given an opportunity later in the presentation to address the attendees.
At this time, there are no elected officials joining us. Now showing slide 4. Here are a few items to be aware of regarding tonight's meeting's format. The Florida Department of Transportation is providing multiple opportunities for the public to receive information and provide input. The public meeting is being offered in 2 different formats, virtual and in person. Today is the virtual public meeting, and the in-person meeting will be held on Wednesday, May 24th at 6 p.m. at the North Palm Beach Library, located at 303 Anchorage Drive, North Palm Beach, Florida 33408. Now showing slide 5. This public meeting is being recorded. If you experience any technical difficulties, please type the issue in the question panel on the control panel to report it, so that a member of our technical support team may assist you. All attendees will remain muted throughout the meeting. To provide a comment during the question and answer session, please use the raise hand button on your GoToWebinar panel. Once your microphone is unmuted, please provide your full name first and then your comment. Your microphone will remain unmuted until the comment has been fully addressed. Attendees are also welcome to submit any questions or comments using the platform's question panel at any time, and a member of our team will respond to you during the open discussion. Now showing slide 6. For virtual attendees, we are using the GoToWebinar platform for this meeting. There is no cost to the public to log in or dial in to participate in the meeting. Your computer or device screen you should see something that looks like this on the upper right-hand corner. To listen to the meeting, in your computer or device speakers were selected by default. Now showing slide 7. For those who dialed into the meeting on a telephone line and are viewing a hard copy of the slide presentation requested or downloaded before the meeting, the presenter will announce the page number of the slide that's being shown on your screen. The presentation is available on the project website. Now showing slide 8. To report a technical issue during the meeting, please type the issue in your question box on the GoToWebinar control panel, or you can send an email to arios@ctseinc.com, or you may also call 689-215-5200. Staff will do their best to assist you. Now showing slide 9. Public notice for this public meeting, including information on how to access the meeting platform, was provided in letters to property owners and tenants in the project area, a posting in the Florida Administrative Register, and emails to persons on the project's contact list, on social media feeds, and other notification methods. Now showing slide 10. The Florida Department of Transportation complies with various non-discrimination laws and regulations, including Title VI of the Civil Rights Act of 1964. Public participation is solicited without regard to race, color, national origin, age, sex, religion, disability, or family status. Persons wishing to express their concerns related to FDOT compliance with Title VI may do so by contacting FDOT District 4 Title VI Coordinator Sharon Singh Heigman or State Title VI Coordinator Stefan Kalowski. Contact information may be found on slide 10 of this presentation, the project website, and in meeting notifications. Now showing slide 11. There are multiple ways to submit written comments and questions. You can submit your comment or question online using GoToWebinar, online at the project website shown on the right side of this slide, by email, or by US mail to Project Manager Jeffrey Roberts. Jeff's contact information is shown on the right side of the slide 11. Now showing slide 12. You can also make verbal or spoken comments. Online participants that request to speak will be called upon during the question and answer period of the public meeting. If you do not request to speak earlier and wish to speak, use the raise hand button on the GoToWebinar control panel during the public comment period. When your name is called, you will be unmuted on the GoTo control panel before speaking. You may also call your project manager at 954-777-4648 to provide verbal comments during normal business hours after the virtual public meeting. Now showing slide 13. If you have additional comments or questions after the public meeting, please submit them by Wednesday, June 7th, 2023. Now showing slide 14. At this time, I will hand the presentation over to Tyler Wallen with CTS Engineering, the engineer of record for this project.
Now showing slide 15. Good evening, everyone. My name is Tyler Wallen, and I am the engineer of record for this project. This slide shows the project limits along State Road A1A in Palm Beach County. The project begins south of John D. MacArthur entrance and ends just south of the Portage Landing North. We are now on slide 16, where I will give a brief overview of the main items within the project scope. Proposed improvements include repaving the existing pavement, widening shoulders to accommodate 8-foot shoulders from the St. Paul of Cross Catholic Church to south of Portage Landing North. We will be restriping to provide designated bike lanes throughout the corridor. We will be reconstructing sidewalk and curb ramps as needed. At the intersection of State Road A1A and Lost Tree Village Old Harbor Road, we will be upgrading the lighting, the pedestrian signalization, vehicle detection system, the existing traffic signals to a mast arm system. In addition, along the corridor, we will be upgrading pavement markings and signs. Slide 17 covers the project's schedule and cost. Anticipated construction start is spring of 2024, with an anticipated construction completion in summer of 2025. And the construction cost estimate is approximately $2.6 million. We are now on slide 18 and will now go over key aspects of the project design plans. First, we will cover the existing and proposed roadway sections, and then we will go over some examples of the proposed improvements. Slide 19 is showing the existing roadway section 1 in the vicinity south of John D. MacArthur Park entrance. This section of State Road A1A has 2 12-foot undivided travel lanes, 5-foot paved shoulder in the northbound direction, a 4-foot bicycle lane with curb and gutter, and a 6-foot concrete sidewalk in the southbound direction. Slide 20 is showing the existing roadway section 2 from John D. MacArthur Park entrance to the St. Paul of the Cross Catholic Church. This section of State Road A1A has 2 12-foot undivided travel lanes, a 5-foot paved shoulder in the southbound direction, and 4-foot bicycle lane with curb and gutter and 6-foot concrete sidewalk in the northbound direction. Slide 21 is showing the proposed roadway section 3 from St. Paul of the Cross Catholic Church to south of Portage Landing North. The existing section of State Road A1A has two 12-foot undivided travel lanes and a 5-foot paved shoulders, which are being widened to 8 feet in both the northbound and southbound directions. Slide 22 shows the proposed lighting and signalization. The image on the left shows an example of what the increased lighting levels will look like, and this will be done at the signalized intersection of State Road A1A and Lost Tree Village, Old Harbor Road. The image to the right is showing the updated pedestrian signal push button detectors, along with signage giving instructions how to operate the signals. These improvements provide traffic safety for vehicle and pedestrian users. Slide 23 shows additional signalization improvements. The image on the left shows the proposed mast arm system to be installed at the intersection of State Road A1A and Lost Tree Village and Old Harbor Road. The image on the right shows video detection cameras that will be installed on the proposed mast arms. These cameras are for signals to detect when vehicles are stopped at the light. Slide 24 shows some of the proposed pedestrian improvements, including detectable warning mats, a high emphasis crosswalks at the intersection of State Road A1A at Lost Tree Village and Old Harbor Road. Now on slide 25, and we will go over some of the construction impacts. On slide 26 is a list of some of the key considerations in our maintenance of traffic plan. Work will be done in phases to reduce the inconvenience to the community. Lane closures for resurfacing activities will use flaggers during non-peak hours to minimize impacts to traffic. And access to residents and businesses will be maintained at all times during construction. Now showing slide 27, phase 1 will construct the southbound direction, including sidewalk repair, curb ramp construction, and widening of the shoulders. Phase 2 will construct improvements in the northbound direction, including the sidewalk repair, curb ramp construction, and widening of the shoulders. Now on slide 28, phase 3 will consist of milling and resurfacing of the roadway pavement and shoulders, as well as the final signage and pavement markings. This phase will consist of two subphases. Phase 3A will temporarily close the southbound direction with the use of flaggers to mill and resurface the roadway and shoulders. Phase 3B will temporarily close the northbound direction with the use of flaggers to mill and resurface the roadway and shoulders. Slide 29. This concludes our formal presentation, and we will now open for questions and answers. Avanya will provide additional details.
Now showing slide 30. Thank you, Tyler. At this time, we welcome any elected officials who may have joined us late and we did not get an opportunity to acknowledge you, or any elected officials with any questions or comments. We ask that you utilize the raise hand feature so that we may unmute you and allow you the opportunity to introduce yourself and ask your question or provide your comment. It does not appear that we have any elected officials joining us online. At this time, online attendees are welcome to ask any questions or provide any comments by utilizing the question panel or your raise hand feature on your GoToWebinar control panel. Once your microphone is unmuted, please provide your full name first and then your comment or question. Your microphone will remain unmuted until the question, comment has been fully addressed. If your question is not responded to during the event, a response will be provided in writing during the public meeting.
Hi, I'm Kate Devine. I'm with St. Paul the Cross. My question, I have several. One of them is, are you going to use any of our property for staging for any equipment? And when you say you're going to work off hours, does that mean in the evening, late in the evening, or does it mean on the weekends, or does it mean during the day?
Yeah, to address your first question, at this time, we anticipate all the staging to be able to be done within the existing FDOT right-of-way. If that changes between now and the time it begins construction, we will reach out to the proposed property owners whose property we identify. But at this time, we feel we should be able to use the existing DOT right-of-way for staging. And then to address your second question was there are certain lane closure restrictions. So in the vicinity of any residential areas, we will be prohibiting any construction activities from 10 p.m. to 7 a.m. So that's essentially from the north end of the project, Portage Landing North, to as you head south of where the church is at. We'll kind of be restricting those hours. The vicinity in front of the state park where there's not many residents, there will be no restrictions.
Okay, am I still unmuted?
Nope, you're free to speak. Yep.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so our concern is the mass times and just getting shut down for masses because we have 5:30 masses Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Is that going to be an issue? And then we got morning masses, you know, all day, Sunday morning, obviously, and then Monday and Tuesday.
So at no point would we remove access from your property. And then as far as maintaining traffic levels, we'll do our best to not create a situation that creates any undue hardship on the public.
Okay. Okay, thank you.
Thank you for your comments.
Anybody have any other questions? I don't see any other questions coming up.
Okay. Would you like to go over the commonly asked questions?
Yes, we can go over ours. We did prepare some commonly asked questions. Question number 1, are you taking any right-of-way on this project?
So to address that question, no right-of-way is being acquired for this project. All the work will be done within the existing FDOT right-of-way.
Question number 2, will there be any detours during construction or road closures?
Yeah, there will be no detours during construction. All of the traffic will be maintained on State Road A1A. They will not have to seek alternate routes. Single lane closures will be required for some of the resurfacing activities, and the contractor will utilize flaggers to help guide traffic through those work zones. But State Road A1A will be open all times throughout construction.
Question number 3, why are you repaving the roadway?
Yeah, so this project is part of the DOT resurfacing program that aims to provide a certain level of rideability on state roads. The department checks the condition of these roads yearly with the goal to help identify projects and resurface roads before they get to the point of needing repair. The anticipated service life of the new pavement of this project will be approximately 20 years. So DOT is kind of getting ahead of it and making sure those resurfacing of this roadway is done before they start to notice any severe cracks or issues with the road.
Thank you. Do we have any other questions from the audience? Thank you. We are now on slide 31, and on behalf of the Florida Department of Transportation, thank you for attending this public meeting and providing your input on this project. If you have any additional comments or questions after the public meeting, please submit them by Wednesday, June 7th, 2023. Contact information, a recording of this presentation, project documents, and other exhibits displayed at the public meeting will be posted on the project website. Thank you and have a good evening.